anything that you have to tape everything again. I'm just going to draw the basic healing chart for you as a reminder and explain how it works. We're going to teach your heel today. Now, when we teach your heel, let's see, I'll draw our feet. Say those are our feet. What we want her to do is we want her paws to be right behind the left heel of our foot.
Okay.
It's called heel because originally that's what the command meant. It meant for the dog to follow behind our actual heel. You'll see a lot of dogs heeling now, like in competition and stuff, with their paws parallel. Sometimes even curled in front, which is not realistic, for real life healing and for giving you the leadership position. If they're parallel, they're either kind of equals with you or they're actually leading. So,
keep an eye on that for you.
Now, we go by our left heel, because technically when we're walking on the back step, this paw right here this foot can be back there when we're back stepping with our right foot. And as long as her paws are still in the back of the left foot, it's fine. Because that's what she's really following.
Okay.
And the same thing goes this way. Now, the opposite's true. If the left foot is on the back step, we ideally still want the paws to be behind the left foot. To have like a clear sense of where we want her paws makes things easier for us. So that's where we want her paws to be. But just to make this.
You nervous about the heel?
The heel is not that hard.
Really?
It's not that hard. I mean, it's a lot of steps, but I break them down to little easy steps, so I wouldn't worry about it at all. We're going to just do it in here. It's going to be really easy. Don't worry about it. Now, I'll draw a little chart. We don't want her to cross the back of the left heel. All right? The zone where we want her to keep her front paws is anywhere from just behind your left foot to about a foot length behind your left foot.
Okay.
All right? That's like the good zone. It's going to seem a little further back than what most people think of when they think of heel, but it's more important for her to be to be following you. I'd rather than have the appearance of looking like you're a little bit too far behind than a little bit too far up. Now, if she goes out of this position when we're healing, she's going to have warning zones. The warning zones are there so we don't have to correct her as much. For example, the area from the back of the left foot to the front of your toes, where she's actually leading, this I call the slow zone. Because we want her, if she starts creeping up parallel, we want her to slow back down. So when she goes up this way, we're going to give her a warning by taking one slow step. When we take one slow step, if she slows down, she's not going to walk backwards. If she at least slows down one step too, then we go back to our normal step. She ends up back behind us. So it'll make sense when we're doing it with her. So she creeps up, we do one slow step. If she mimics us, we go back to fast step. We're back in front of her, as long as she doesn't make a fast step again with us. And that's going to be her warning. If she does not respond to that slow step, generally they're on their way to going in front of us, and only that's where she would get corrected, if she goes in front of us. But we will teach her the warning. Now, other thing she can do is she could go too far behind. She starts going too far behind us and her front paws go more than about a foot length behind the back of our left heel. What we're going to do instead is we're going to speed up. We're going to take a fast step. We're going to take one fast step, and if she's not speeding back up, if she starts speeding back up to this position, we slow back down and we praise her. If not, she ends up getting a correction for being way back there. The other places she can go wide. So if she goes wide off to the left, what we're going to do is we're going to move to the right. That's her warning. And it's going to be one side step. We're going to keep our shoulders square, and we're pretty much just going to take one side step to the right, kind of like a crab. And if she doesn't go back to the position, she's going to get a correction for going out here. Now, if she starts going behind the back of us to go over to our right side, it's going to be opposite again. We're going to take a side step left, and that's her warning to go back over to the proper position. So we'll go left. And if she doesn't go left, then by the time she crosses over to the other side, she will get corrected. Now, if you think of the heel the same way we think of all the other commands, it's going to make sense to you. And it's not going to seem that tricky.
Okay.
The biggest difference between this and the sit and the down and the climb that you've done so far is that we don't use the word no as a warning when they mess up. Instead, we use a nonverbal cue, our movement. We do that instead of saying no, so they pay better attention to us. And so we can have a walk and not be constantly saying the word no to her. You should be able to hold a conversation and talk to her that she, communicate to her that she's messing up by doing these very slight body movements that once you're good at them and she's in tune with them, they're so slight the average person won't even notice that you are doing them to her. But otherwise it follows the same rules. For example, when you tell her heel, you're always just going to say her name once, and then heel. That's it. And then once you are healing, you don't repeat the word heel unless she's getting corrected. So if she gets corrected, or she moves out of position, instead of saying no, like you would with one of the other commands, it'll be body movement. All right? So instead of the word no, which is normally here with the other commands, instead it's going to be body movement.
And we're not dropping the loop or
You're not dropping the loop. You're just gonna hold it. It's just body movement. Now, if she doesn't respond to the body movement, then we would repeat the word heel, and then she would also get the correction. And of course, if she does it at any time, whether she says it on the first word, she does it on the warning, or even after she gets corrected, we always praise her. We always praise her, no matter what point she really does it. So, for example, if we start with a heel, we'll say her name and then heel. Say Elu heel, and then we'll just start walking. And that, when we start walking, that's her warning. We told her heel. Her warning is we're moving. And if she doesn't move with us by the time she hits the end of the leash, we say heel, she gets corrected, and then good girl. And now once we are healing with her, the same thing. She moves out of position. Instead of us saying no, 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 and sliding back over to her on the leash, instead of saying no, 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 it's body movement. We're going to sidestep, we're going to slow down, we're going to speed up. That's her no, no, no. And if she doesn't recover from it, we correct her, the leash corrects her, and we tell her heel. And